Hey guys, hope you're having an awesome day. Today we're going to be talking about tips for super oily hair. So the first thing that I want to talk about is something that might be super obvious to a lot of people, but just washing your hair twice when you're in the shower can make such a big difference. I will take a small amount of shampoo first, kind of rub it between my fingers, and just give my head kind of a once over just to get all of the buildup and product that might be in my hair. Then I'll go in with more shampoo, a larger amount this time, and really wash my hair. If you have really oily hair, then you would have more buildup and more oil all throughout your scalp than someone who might not. So sometimes you just need that double clean. Now, the next one I'm totally guilty of. I love showering at night because I'm just lazy in the morning. But honestly, when you wash your hair in the morning, I can usually get 2 full days of like decently clean hair. Whereas if I showered like the night before, then my hair just gets so oily like overnight. Like, I don't know, it just does for me. I would have to wash my hair like basically the next night if I did that. And that kind of moves me into my next tip, which is just sleeping with your hair up and out of your face. If I sleep with my hair down, like I tend to get like pretty sweaty in the night, like kind of on the sides of my hair, and just makes my hair look generally oilier. But if I have my hair totally up, I will just use like a scrunchie or something. My hair is so much better in the morning. That's probably the biggest tip that I could give anyone. Okay, so the next trick is something that I've tried before. I don't know that it made a huge difference for me, but I've heard other people say it works really well for them, is just adding salt into your shampoo bottle. And salt, you know, helps to really cleanse the scalp and, to be honest, like dry it out. That's kind of why it works. I heard this first from Nikia Joy here on YouTube, and she swears that that works for her. She also has very oily scalp and just skin in general. So that might be something that you want to try. I just did like 2 tablespoons into like a really large like liter of shampoo. Again, I didn't notice like a super big difference for me, but other people say it works, so it might be worth a try. All right, next tip is getting a very lightweight conditioner. So I like to stay away from things that say like a Moroccan oil or whatever oils or cocoa butters, like those like heavy ingredients I try to stay away from and opt for something that's more lightweight. So something that I will recommend to you guys is this Aphogee Balancing Moisturizer. So even though this doesn't say it's a conditioner, that's basically what it is. It just really hydrates my hair and is so lightweight, it leaves 0 residue. And you can get this at Sally's. It's like reasonably priced. If you can't find products like that, then I would just recommend, you know, making sure you're not using conditioner at the very roots of your hair. I kind of just like start here and kind of work my fingers into my hair so that I'm not touching the conditioner to my scalp. Next, I want to talk about like scalp treatments. So I'll just mention 2 that I have. I'm sure there are a lot of like DIY scalp treatments that you can look up on the internet, but 2 that you can actually purchase are, one, this is the Moroccan Oil No More Professional Scalp Treatment. So this is something that comes in like a dropper. You can just drop a few drops all over your scalp, massage it in, wait like 10-20 minutes, and then you would wash it out and in the shower. When I was using this regularly, I did notice a difference in my scalp. It just really helps to give your scalp the nutrition and the oils that it needs so that it doesn't need to produce so much to make up for whatever you're lacking. This is pretty expensive. I think I paid like $40 for this, but it does work. Same goes for this. This is the Lennor Greyl Leave-In Treatment for Oily Scalp. This is something you spray on your damp hair after you shower. I mean, this does feel like it's drying out your scalp, and that's probably the main reason that it works, but it also does have some ingredients in here that can help with like a longer term solution for super oily hair. Not sure about shipping and stuff like that, but if you can get your hands on it, it is a really great product. This next trick like changed my life, and it is to use dry shampoo before your hair gets oily. When my hair is already oily, dry shampoo just doesn't do much, to be totally honest. My oils just eat right through it within like 2 hours. Like if you know that you've washed your hair this day and by the next morning it's gonna be oily, then use that dry shampoo at night or whenever it is, just before it gets super greasy. And side note to that, a lot of people use dry shampoo at night in general. Like they'll just spray it all over. They won't even like work it in. They'll just leave it in there, sleep with it to soak up all the oils, and then in the morning, you know, run their fingers and their brushes through it. I'm not gonna like go over like products too much in this video, but if you're wondering like what dry shampoos that I really like, I have a full video on like my favorite current hair products where I talk about a couple of different dry shampoos, so I will link that up here. If you are like a baby powder person, then I would suggest trying cornstarch instead. It's a little bit thicker and is just able to really soak up a little bit more and last a little longer. Another cool tip is actually using a mattifying makeup powder on your head. I know that sounds like a little bit weird, but I mean, if we're thinking about putting like baby powder and cornstarch and stuff like that on our hair, like why would like a normal powder be any different? This one here, to be honest, like I don't even know if this brand still exists. This is the Gosh Prime and Set Mattifying Setting Powder, and this is just a super mattifying powder. And if I'm gonna be totally honest, it works better than any dry shampoo that I've ever tried. You know, obviously the downsides are that, you know, makeup powders are usually pretty expensive and they don't have like a ton of product in it, so you go through it pretty quickly. But if you have like a super mattifying loose powder, absolutely give it a try. Hello sun. And if you can get your hands on it, this is La Roche-Posay Serozinc. This is a like oil absorbing aerosol spray that is meant for your face, but you can absolutely use in your hair as well. And it's just like very, very easy to apply, totally sprays clear. So it's great for like if you're like about to work out or right after you've worked out, you can kind of just like give your hair a little spray of this. Another thing that works super well is actually using like face oil blotting sheets on your hair. Like I have a pack of those in my purse at all times. You'd be surprised how much oil will come off on that blotting sheet by just rubbing it through your hair. And it's nice to use a product like that you don't have to add anything to your hair. So I'll usually go through like 2 or 3 if I'm feeling like very oily or like very sweaty, but it works so well. And if you just have like oily skin and face in general like I do, just making sure that you keep your face matte as well. So using those oil sheets like on your face just to get the oil off, you know, your forehead and the sides of your face so that your hair doesn't, you know, rub up against it and get oily just by transferring. And my last tip, guys, is just using a round brush when you're styling and blow drying your hair, because if you can get some volume at the top of your hair so that your hair isn't totally touching your scalp, obviously that oil transfer from your scalp to your hair isn't as quick. So just getting as much volume as possible, get that hair like lifted off the scalp, it makes a big difference. All right guys, that is the end of this video. I hope that you learned something today. I know some of them were maybe a little obvious or you've heard before, but these are just things that I do to help with my really, really oily hair. Like I am sorry, I cannot do that whole, you know, wait for a week or 2 before you wash your hair to like reverse the oily, like I just can't. I mean, good for you if you can do that. Ugh, I just can't. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you can always subscribe if you haven't already. I put out new videos every single week. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.